Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a special request from my very good friend Yvonne. She asked me if I can do my baking method, which also included my foundation contour routine and then as well the baking method. So like I said, this video is specially made out to her. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for the request and for all your constant support. I really do appreciate it. Went ahead and I did this video for you guys explaining what I use for my face, like prepping it for my foundation. What foundation do I use, what works well for my skin, and then I go into depth with my contouring, the products that I use, how I apply my contour, where I want my face to be contoured, and then my baking method and what products I use for that and what I define baking as. So yeah, I really do hope that you guys enjoy the video. And I just want to emphasize that I am not a pro. I am not a professional makeup artist. I am learning. I am a beginner. And these are just the techniques that work for me. And I do hope that these techniques work for you guys as well. And if you have any tips, any advice that I can that you have to better my contouring or my foundation or my baking method, please go ahead and leave them in the comments bar below. I would love to learn more about you guys and what you guys find useful for you, and I hope that my tips also help you guys as well. So to start off, I'm going to hydrate my under eye, and I am going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer, and I'm doing this just to hydrate my under eye, so that when I put my concealer it isn't very rough and dry, so that my concealer won't look that patchy as well. Next, I'm going to use the Porefesssional by Benefit. I love this product. I do have a lot of pores right here in my forehead. I know that right now you aren't able to see them, but I have a lot. I used to have a lot of pimples here, and little by little I would like pop them, something you're not supposed to do. But I began to develop a lot of pores here. So when you get really close you can see them, and I do have a lot of pores here and here. So this is where I am going to apply the Porefesssional, and this is so that my skin can be smooth, so that when I apply my concealer, it will look smoother than without using the Porefesssional. Okay, so next I am going to correct my dark circles, and by correct I mean try and get rid of them. I usually use, or the only thing I use is the NYX Dark Circle Concealer Corrector, and it's this right here, and it's orange. So it's more orange base, and that's something you want to lean towards if you have really dark circles. Try and get the a concealer that's orange, so it can color correct your under eye circles, so that when you wear your concealer it can get rid of them. You won't really notice them that much. So I use the color Light Pale as well as the medium, so it's 02 and 03. So I am going to use a brush and apply that. Use this for any areas that I have redness or that I have pimples. So for example,
I have this little monster right here, and here, and here, and right here as well. I don't know what's going on here, but I have a lot there, so I just kind of color corrected, and this one right here.
I usually use a blender, a beauty blender, but I actually threw mine away because it wasn't or I guess I wasn't cleaning it very well, and it had like residuals of foundation, and I felt like that wasn't very healthy for my skin. It could make me break out and stuff. So how I found that out was I actually cut part of the concealer, and in the middle you can see a lot of the foundation. So if you've been using your beauty blender for a while, I would recommend that you go ahead and cut a little bit, or like the corner, just to see how dirty it is, and if it's still good, then use it. If not, I would say throw it away and then try and take care of your other beauty blender. Okay, and to color correct any redness that you have in your face, I do recommend this. It looks like a lipstick, but it's not. It is a Cover Stick Corrector Concealer from Maybelline. It's very cheap. I found it at Walgreens or at Walmart. I'll link how much it is in the description bar. And I have it in... Wait, there's just one color. But it's just this green one. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. This green one right here. So usually you would apply it in the areas where you have redness. So for me, I have redness right here. It broke. I had a lot of redness there. So that's the areas where I have the most redness. And again, you would I would usually prefer a beauty blender, but like I said, I don't have mine at the moment. I will purchase one soon, but for now I am just going to blend it away with a brush. And I just actually bought this brush from CVS, and it's the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. I love e.l.f. brushes. If you've seen in my recent videos, I have used the angled blush brush and the blush brush, and I love them. So I am going to try this one out, and let's see how I like it. Foundation, I am going to use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in Matte and Poreless. I am in the color 125, which is Nude Beige. I recently had also purchased the same exact one, but with a dewy and smooth finish, as well as in the color 125. But I found that I did not really, I did not like the dewy and smooth that much, because my skin was getting very oily, and so when I would apply this, the dewy one, my face just looked extra oily, and it didn't look healthy. It didn't look like the good dewy. It just looked like the girl, what have you been doing all day dewy, like, I don't know, like it just wasn't nice. So because my skin has been getting very oily, I wanted to go ahead and purchase the Matte and Poreless, because I really did like the coverage of this foundation, of the dewy one. So I also purchased this when I went to CVS, and I have tried it about twice, and I really like it. So this is the foundation that I'm going to use. The Sigma Flat Kabuki brush in F80, and I love this brush. It is like the perfect foundation brush. And what I'm doing is I'm doing dabbing motions. The reason why I use dabbing motions when I apply foundation is because I feel like it presses more into my skin, and it looks a little bit more natural, as if I was actually just rubbing it on my face. You can see the strokes of the bristles of the brush, so that is why I actually brush it. I do strokes, but I do it when I dab it. So I dab and then stroke, dab and then stroke. Applying my foundation, I am going to contour my face. So to contour, I am going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Shine and Free foundation. So it's a foundation stick, and it looks like this. Okay, and I got it a few shades darker than me. So that is what contour is. Contour is the sculpting of the face. So you're going to go ahead and apply it anywhere or in the areas that you want your face to look a little slimmer. For example, I have a round face, so I want to have more of a more defined cheeks. So I am going to contour my face right here, making a line here. I feel like I have a pretty big forehead. Maybe it isn't huge, but to me I feel like it's pretty big. So I'm going to actually contour right here as well to make it appear a bit smaller. And I am also going to contour my nose to make it a little bit more slimmer. Areas that I want to contour. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is grab a angled brush, and usually the one that I use is so far the one that I've been using is the e.l.f. angled blush brush, and you can find it at CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, and it's only $3. It's really affordable. So if you can get your hands on it, get your hands on it if you're looking for a cheap angled brush. Also, the one that I do recommend is the Coastal Scents BRCN49, and this one is a little chunkier. There's the bristles are a bit more how do you say, harder, I can say, more sturdy than this one. These are a little more not sturdy. So and they're a bit short. They're kind of the same, but this one's more fluffier and it has more bristles, so it can really like get in there. So to start off, to not make it so harsh, I'm going to use a small one, and then from there I'm going to transition into the big one to do my forehead. Okay? Contouring, you really want to focus on the cheeks and going a little up to your cheekbone. The main purpose is to not go down, but just to define your cheek, below your cheekbone. So whatever you do, do not brush downwards, just brush within your cheekbone as well as upwards. Okay, so after I went ahead and contoured my face, I am going to apply my concealer. I know usually you would do your concealer first and then contour, or however you prefer, but this is the way that I usually do it. For my concealer, I am using the MAC Prolongwear concealer in the color NW20. What I consider my highlight and I guess a concealer and highlight in one. I usually don't highlight, like use another lighter color, I just use this concealer color because I feel like I'm already too pale. In the camera I might come off as a bit orange or a little bit tan, but in person I'm really pale. So I just like to stick within just my concealer in this color. Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to bronze up my face, and I love this palette. These colors down here to like contour or bronze my face. These I don't use that much. This one maybe just to set my concealer once in a while, but I usually just head towards these colors. So going back with the e.l.f. angled brush. Okay, I am going to dab it in the third color, in the second color, sorry. And I'm going to go on top of where I applied that Maybelline foundation. And this is kind of to set your contour, you can say, or just to make your face a little more darker in appearance, or bronzier, how you say. Now I'm going to do the baking method. So the baking method is a technique in the beauty world that has been recently, I don't know how to say it, that has been recently been very popular. So baking is basically the term for setting, like setting your concealer, setting your highlight, or defining your contour even more. So baking consists of using a loose powder, usually translucent, and applying great amounts of it to any areas that you want to highlight. Usually it's towards your under eye, as well as in the bottom of your contour, or your forehead, or your chin. And you leave it there for about 5 to 8 minutes so that the powder can absorb into your skin, set your concealer, and not make it crease. So as you can see right here, I have very dark, I have very bad bags. I don't know, I need sleep. So I have very bad bags right here, but in the camera they look very awful. I guess maybe it's just the lighting, but okay, so anyways. So what I use to bake is actually a powder that I found at Walmart. It is called the Airspun Loose Face Powder, and it looks like this. And I have the color Translucent Extra Coverage 7070-41. So again, you can find this either at Walmart or at CVS. I will link it down in the description bar if you are interested. I use these wedges that I also found at Walmart, and they are pretty cheap. I don't remember the price, but they're no more than $10 for sure. Probably not even $8. But I'll put it in the description bar as well. Okay, so what you're going to do is, also, this smells amazing. I love how it smells. Okay, so what you're going to do is use the flat side of the short flat side of the wedge. You're going to dip it into your powder, and you're going to use a great amount. Do expect the fallout because it is powder, so okay, and you're going to apply it right here. Okay, doesn't go over on top of your contour, it is okay. We can go ahead and just use a brush and try to just fix that up. But usually this is what the baking looks like. You apply it under the areas that you want highlighted, that you highlighted or that you concealed. And right here, this is to define my contour. So I am going to let it sit there, or I'm going to go and bake, and I will be right back. It'll take me about 5 minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, so after I let that bake for about 5 minutes, I am going to remove the excess off, and I am going to use the e.l.f. blush brush, and you have seen me use it in my other videos as well. Again, $3, Walgreens, Walmart, or Ulta or CVS. Very well worth it. So cheap, and it does the job perfectly. So so now that I have my blush on, I'm not too big of a fan of harsh blush. It looks beautiful on other girls. I just feel like for me it just isn't me, or the way that I like it. So I try to go a little light on it when I do wear it. So now I am going to highlight. So now I am going to go ahead and apply highlighter. I am going to use the Becca by Opal. No, the Opal by Becca, and I am to apply it right here on top of my cheekbone, okay? And I am using my finger so that it can press down to my skin, and it won't look too harsh if I use a brush. You can certainly use a brush, but I feel that when I use my finger, it applies a bit smoother. So once we are done with our face, we are going to set it, and I am going to use the MAC Fix Plus. Okay guys, so that is it. That is my that is my foundation, contour, and baking routine. I really do hope that you guys liked it. Again, if you have any special requests for any type of videos, any eyeshadow looks, or to go more in depth into some products that you might want me to review, please leave them in the comments bar below. And if you would like to have a tutorial on this look, just let me know. Comment down in the description, in the comments bar, with the little taco emoji, or just let me know that you want this look to be recreated. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you like this video, and if you have any requests to see anything else, please let me know, and I will see you in my next video.